For you to wave your finger, you must have been out your head. I hold deep in muddy waters, you practically raised the dead. Rob the grave to snow the cradle, then burn the evidence down. Soapbox house of cars and glass, so don't go tossing your stones around. You must have been high. You must have been high. You must have been.
What's going on, everybody? Are you ready for a tier ranking? I just spit on my freaking... How's everybody doing? Hi! Hi! See if I can do this. Who are you to wave your finger so full of it? Okay, that's all I can do. How is everybody doing? Boy, can Maynard hit those notes. That's why there's only one Maynard. Hope you guys are doing okay. It's Friday night. The time is 7:10 in the PM. And we're just chilling, chillaxing, having a good old time. I'm trying to get in the center of my screen because I got OCD. So if I move over here, or maybe if I just move my laptop. Let's see, hold on. There we go. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Guys, what'd you have for dinner? Let's get that out of the way. I had, there you go. I was literally eating lasagna. I lied to you guys. I told you I was actually getting the funnies ready. I lied. I was eating Chef Boyardee. You fuckers. You know, sometimes you gotta squeeze in a little eating window in there, you know. I got home. This stupid Halloween news happened with the Halloween TV series, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to get a video out. I got to do something. So I freaking grabbed a blue light and went downstairs and then threw a camera and caught it. And yeah, it was eventful. I've literally been going nonstop since I got home. I even had like a work call. Jesus. It never stops, guys. Does it ever stop? When can we stop it? Jesus, it never stops. Does it stop for you guys? Does it ever slow down? Can you hear me? Jesus, I hope you can hear me. I would hate that if I was like spewing all that nonsense and nobody heard me. Yeah, you guys agree with me. It never stops. It just keeps going, and it doesn't wait for you. Right, Destiny? Right, Rosemary? Guitarist Dog? Def Leppard? Fachi, what's up, brother? Scott Lauderdale? David? Polly? Big Papa Musk? That might be my new favorite channel name. Big Papa Musk. I like that. Not to be confused with Big Papa Iger. Yeah. Chester, how you doing, man? Nice to see you in here. Amber Hill. Yep. Gabriel Carpenter. It's 4:10 p.m. on the west side. So on my way home to eat. Nice. 4:10, so it's 7. Yeah, you guys are 3 hours behind us. Yeah. Scott Lauderdale, how are you doing, brother? Yeah. Garrett Peck. Man. I have a packed show for you tonight. Jesus, packed show. How's everybody's week been going? Has your week been going okay? Vinny, what's up, man? How you doing? Deadhead, nice cold one. Yeah. I was listening to some lately. I've been listening to whatever like new records I get, and for some reason I threw on this Rod Stewart record. Man, he just like he sets I guess a nice mood, so you can kind of chill. And let me see if I can find that record. Yeah, it's right here. Hold on, let me show you. It's Rod Stewart. If you want my body and you think I'm sexy. Yeah, that one right there. Rod Stewart. He's got two different women there, okay? But they're both wearing the same dress. Doesn't make sense. But that's okay. It's Rod Stewart. All right, Rod Stewart. Ugh. What am I talking about? Okay? I did the Halloween. Are you guys excited? Tell me, I need your theories, okay? Are you guys excited about the Halloween news? Shelby, how are you doing? Trina, how are you doing? Kyle, seeing more people pop in here. Yep. Gory Tiger, Jesse. All the great people. Okay? I had to work today, and I got home at lunch, and I threw together that quick thumbnail for the horror remakes. Sometimes you just need to be simple, right? Well, you don't have to go crazy with the thumbnail. Just tell them what they're here for, all right? And how simple is that? You get a Michael Myers face and a Carrie face, all right? That tells you the entire story right there. The entire story, okay? Yeah. Ashton says, I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. It's a lot to process, isn't it? I feel the same way, kind of, Ashton. I'm excited because I'm a Halloween nut, but there's things that are pretty cool about the idea of the TV series taking place after 1978. I always welcome a return of young Michael Myers, the 21-year-old Michael Myers. So this pretty much gets rid of Halloween 2 and on. So I think there's a lot of stuff that maybe Rob Zombie didn't really deal with. It's like an alternate universe, right? Rob Zombie went down this road, and we're going to go down this road, right? And yeah, it could be really cool. And the idea of a TV series is different than a movie. The recipe is different. You don't have to follow the same rules in a TV series that you do for a 2-hour movie. You got freaking 8-10 hours to tell your story. And it could be like, kind of like 24. The whole thing could take place over one night. It's got to, right? Because it's Halloween. That's something I just kind of thought about, right? Like you can't, I guess you could do it like a couple of days before Halloween. I don't know. I don't think they're going to go Halloween one year for a few episodes and then Halloween the next year no, I don't think they're going to do that. Nathaniel Fincher says, what streaming service are you hoping it will be on? I don't really care. I guess Universal isn't part of this anymore, so I don't think it's going to be on Peacock. It's Miramax, and you know what? I'll put my money down right now. I think this might come to Paramount Plus. Just a hunch. I have a feeling this might come to either Paramount Plus or Max. I think those two might be in the cards. We shall see. Paramount Plus or Max. But what do I know? It could be something else, right? It could be Peacock. Because I don't know how that deal works. I know Peacock is a part of Universal, so they might still be conjoined. I don't know. Let's see. I think it'll be based on the OG film where we see new actors play Laurie and Loomis. Yeah, guys, tell me this. Thank you, Blu-ray Addict. What do you think about Jason Reese? What's up, brother? How you doing? What do you think about Laurie Strode? Like a young Laurie Strode. Any takers of who you think would be maybe a good candidate to play a young Laurie Strode? Now, would Sydney Sweeney, she could pass for, let's just say Laurie Strode, maybe she's a few years older. I think Sydney Sweeney could be a good Laurie Strode, honestly. Destiny says no. Are you saying no to Sydney Sweeney or just no to Laurie Strode altogether? I have questions, Destiny. Laugh out loud didn't mean she wasn't attractive. Someone who is unknown, kind of like what they did with Scout Taylor Compton. She did do a few small things before Halloween, but nobody really knew who she was. So, yeah, they could have somebody else in there, some new blood. I'd be down for that. And I tell you, it's hard to keep up with all the new blood these days. It seems like every new movie that comes out, there's a face that I've never seen before. Like in Imaginary last night. I mean, that movie, the three main leads, I didn't recognize a single one of them. So there's so many young actors and actresses. Maybe it's my age. I don't know. It's hard to keep up with all of them. Are there more successful, meaning gaining parts, actors and actresses these days than there were back in the 80s and 90s? I think so. I think there's the playing field is much larger now. Maybe the asking price. Maybe they can get the young actors for a lesser price than they could back in the day. I don't know. I'm speculating here, but yeah. Would you guys? I'm asking you questions. I have funnies tonight too, by the way. Okay. Given what we know about the original Halloween and how they talked about characters that haven't really been explored as much before, this was in the article. Are there any characters that you would love for them to maybe explore in the new TV series? And by the way, I'm sure there's going to be characters that have never been explored, like brand new characters in the TV series. I'm sure there will be new ones popping in. Catherine Newton could work Shelby. That's actually a good pick. I'd rather a Corey Cunningham story than a Laurie Strode story. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Those days are done. Liana, how are you doing? No exploration of Michael Myers' childhood trauma, please. Let me think about that. I think I'm yes and I'm no. And I think you could maybe throw in some little flashbacks, but keep the thing current, present day, and then maybe like every now and then, if it has to do with the scene that's happening at the time, then maybe show a little flashback. But I do agree with Liana about not having like a full episode of flashback. I think that's wasting our time. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because I would not doubt if they do that. Because you know how every TV season has a throwaway episode? Even Breaking Bad had like a throwaway episode. Like I called Bug, the episode Bug, I think it's called. Meaning that you didn't really need that episode. Like you could skip over that episode and you wouldn't be lost. So I would bet green money that they will have a flashback full episode. But it could be interesting. It could be kind of cool how they explore that. I'm not going to lie. I've always been curious about what went on between Loomis and Myers behind closed doors. And I don't think Rob Zombie, in my opinion, was able to, portray that scene in the best manner. I don't know. I think by the time he had already been to Smith's Grove, I think we already knew too much about young Michael Myers. We had an idea of who he was as a person. I like the idea of not knowing anything about Myers as a person and jumping right into Smith's Grove. We already know what's happened. Jump right in, if they're going to do a little flashback, jump right into Smith's Grove. So that way we go in with a blank slate. This kid could do anything. We have no idea. Kind of like Halloween 2018. Remember in that movie how the scene with Aaron walking up to the line where Myers is just standing there, knowing what we know from the past, because Rob Zombie's movies didn't exist. The only thing that existed was the first movie. I gotta say, that one scene gave me more chill bumps than the entire Halloween 2018 movie. I remember I was gripping my chair. And in the back of my mind, I knew he's not going to do anything, because that's what Michael does. He doesn't pounce until, he's very calculated. But still, just, I think it was Aaron's reaction to him. Aaron was kind of overcome with emotion. Oh my God, he's right there. The guy, the killer is right there. I have his mask in my bag here, and I'm pulling it out. And when that mask comes out, we don't know what Michael's going to do. That one scene, man, just thinking about it gives me chills. So I would love stuff like that in the TV series, just little moments. And I think that's where Loomis, God, what the hell? Loomis. I think that's where Loomis comes in. Loomis always has those really cool speeches, the chill bump moments. Yeah. Terrified State, thank you so much. He says, what's up, Drum? I actually thought of you first when I heard the Myers news today. I thought of me first, too. I was like, shit, I got to get a video out. I'm at work. What am I going to do? I had to put on the Drumdums cape, and I had to fly over here and do it. Actually, I got off work. I had to wait until I got off work, but yeah. I don't know if you guys know, the life inside of a Halloween YouTuber. Man, I tell you, when that freaking, the bat signal, call it the Halloween signal, drops, and there's a major, people, they do theory videos on Halloween all day, and it's no big deal. But when an official piece of news drops, to give you an example, oh my God. When John Carpenter came back to the franchise back in 2000, it was announced back in 2017, I think. And I had just woken up. And if you look at that video, when the very first time they announced that John Carpenter is coming back to the fold, he's going to be executive producer, you can tell I just woke up. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning when I shot that video. But timing is everything with these damn Halloween updates. You got to get it out there as quick as possible. That's part of the YouTube game, like it or not. Certain things, like I can do like catalog reviews and take me like that freaking Sleepaway Camp 3 review that I've been working on for a week and a half now. I can take my jolly sweet time on that. Hopefully it'll come out one day. But yeah, that Halloween news, it's got to go. It's got to go like immediately, as fast as possible. But you want to try to cover all your bases. Still got to make the video count, right? You don't want to just like put it out there and really kind of say nothing, do it like a 1-minute video. All right. I don't think there's anything more I could say about this new Halloween TV series. Do you guys have any questions regarding the TV series, or comments that you would like? Like, this hasn't been mentioned. Like, you probably watched, if you're into the Halloween stuff, you probably watched all, like Dave McRae's thing today. We watched the movie. You probably, Jimmy Champagne, I saw his video up there. You probably watched all of them. Is there anything that nobody covered that you're like, hey, nobody's talking about this? What are they going to do with this angle? Because, we can't cover everything. We can't speculate on everything, right? The Virgo says, I hope it goes on a prestige streaming service like a Netflix or an HBO Max. Yeah, and I mentioned HBO Max earlier. Given that it's Lionsgate, I'm trying to think, on streaming services, who usually has Lionsgate movies? I think it's either Paramount or Max. Like John Wick. Is there a streaming service that has John Wick, guys? Do you know? That you don't have to like rent or pay for? OG Rick says, I want the Halloween Returns script turned into a series or a movie. Yeah, I would love that to be turned into a movie. It's actually a really good script, I like the idea. That script took some risks. I like the idea of like Michael on death row. Yeah. And just that scene of him breaking out, because he knows that he's got a relative. That's a good question for you guys too. Shit, you know what? I was just thinking, and if they're only going off the first movie, then you know what, guys, tell me right now, sibling or no sibling? Do you want this TV series? Do you want Laurie Strode to be a sibling? Do you want Michael Myers hunting his relatives, or do you want Michael just killing randomly? Because I'm telling you, I've always preferred the sibling angle. I don't know. There's just something really creepy about a person wanting to annihilate every single person in their family. That, to me, that freaks me out more than somebody just randomly killing, because you can see that on the news. There's people that randomly kill all the time, you know? Or you'll see, like, you know, crimes of passion. But the idea of somebody wanting, just for no reason whatsoever, you know, killing their entire family, that's always creeped me out. That was always part of the formula for me, you know? And I think the reason for that, here it is right here. Here's the stinger. Somebody just kind of hinted at it in the chat there too. They brought up Jamie Lloyd. Who said that? Who said Jamie Lloyd? Somebody said something about Jamie Lloyd. If you think about Jamie Lloyd in Halloween 4 and 5, she's a child. If Michael was killing randomly, in your mind, there's a chance that he might not kill a child. But, and if you remember in Halloween 2018, he had no siblings. He walks past that baby. He doesn't kill the baby. Michael wanting to kill all of his siblings, if Michael walked up to a baby and he knew that that baby was his relative, he would definitely kill that baby. This is the title of this clip. Would Michael kill the baby? If the baby was his sibling, no doubt in my mind, he would kill the baby. He would kill a child. He would kill Jamie Lloyd. You know, everybody's got to die. He was hunting a baby in Halloween 6. So there you go. When he got that baby, he was going to kill it. David Thorson, sibling would add a layer to the show. Dave Vanderhoff, what's up, brother? I was thinking about Vinnie Vincent today, as I often do. Dave, I looked on Spotify to see, you know, because Spotify used to have the All Systems Go album from Vinnie Vincent Invasion. And I was going to open the stream with a Vinnie Vincent Invasion song. Wouldn't you know it, they took Vinnie Vincent Invasion off of Spotify. I was fucking pissed. I couldn't believe that. They took Vinnie Vincent Invasion off of Spotify. Vinnie Vincent Invasion, he's the worst, you know, according to a lot of people, he's like the worst human being ever. But he's not. But, you know, he screws over everybody, you know? He's a very selfish guy, or he was in the past. I don't know how he is right now, but, man, I just love that guy's playing. I love that guy's writing. I don't know what it is. Do you guys have an artist out there? It doesn't have to be a musician. This would be a fun little discussion. Do you have an artist out there that you can't stand them for whatever reason, but you cannot deny their talent? I know I'm going to get some replies from you guys. It could be an actor, could be a musician, and there's just something about them. I don't like the person. He just drives me nuts. Could be for no reason, you know. We all have that one celebrity. There's something about them that just irks the fuck out of you, but you can't deny their talent, right? I'm sure some of you might say, like Ezra Miller, you know, he's a douchebag, but I think he's a pretty talented actor, right? Ted Nugent, that's a good. I'm not saying I hate Ted Nugent. I'm neither here nor there. I don't really. My thing with hating celebrities, it's usually like for their talent, you know. To give you an example. Jennifer Lopez. I cannot stand any movies with Jennifer Lopez. She is my toothache. There's just something about her that drives me freaking insane. Hey, Erica, how are you doing? Do you like Jennifer Lopez? And I just can't do it. Every time she comes on screen, I flip out. I'm like, get her off of my team. I cannot stand her. She's probably a nice person in real life. I don't know her personally, but man, I don't like her music. I don't like her movies. I just can't stand it. I'm wrong here. She's not wrong. I have no right to feel this way, but I do. I just can't help it, right? Taylor Swift. I'm sure there's a few. Taylor Swift has both sides of it. There's people that are obsessed with Taylor Swift. So much so that if you say anything negative or even partly negative about Taylor Swift online, you will get attacked. You will get attacked. Ariana Grande, Justin Timberlake. Who else? The only movie I know her is Selena. Yes, she did play Selena. The Cell, I remember that movie. I hate Michael Bolton. I'm a Michael Bolton fan. You know, for my money, it doesn't get any better than when he sings "When a Man Loves a Woman." Okay, Amy Schumer. Oh my God, Erica. Man, there's so many people that cannot stand Amy Schumer. I don't think she's funny at all. You know, her comedy just... I could watch... there's like a funny video on YouTube. It says, I watch Amy Schumer until I laugh, and the video's like 10 hours long. You know? It's just, yeah, I don't really care for her comedy. There might be a funny joke once out of 2 hours of content. I don't know. It's just, and comedy's subjective. It's just not my brand, right? Cock goblins. You're not a fan of cock goblins? Okay. Lena Dunham. Lena, I haven't seen Lena. And I watched Girls. I like the show Girls. It's pretty good. Liana says, I couldn't stand Dane Cook. I remember when Dane Cook was first coming up. And he was doing, that Comedy Central skit thing where they had like different comedians together, and he was on there, and man, the crowd was just, and I gotta admit, he was funny. The crowd was going nuts, and he calls Price is Right, the PIR, and he's spinning the wheel, and he says, did you guys know that the wheel on the Price is Right is filled with children's blood? I thought that was pretty funny. I don't hate Dane Cook, but man, I tell you, he did, like, there were people that came down really hard on him. And I know there were a lot of comedians because he was like doing arenas. And I think he rose hard and he fell hard, right? I think that's what happened with Dane Cook. Because you don't really see him that much anymore. You should check out the movie Rabid Grannies, Lee Rubin. I've never even heard of that one, Rabid Grannies. Yeah. Let's see what else. I like Dane Cook's comedy movies. Yeah. I mean, you know what? He's got really good stage presence. I'll give him that, But I know a lot of comedians, they hate him. Let's see. I'm going with Victor Salva. I knew somebody would bring up Victor Salva for good reason. I'm not going to lie. Personal preference. I didn't know about Victor Salva's crimes before I saw the first Jeepers Creepers. I knew about it when I reviewed it. I think I did. I can't remember. I reviewed that movie freaking ages ago. Maybe like 7-8 years ago. So I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch the review, which I don't watch my own reviews. But so I guess I don't know. I don't know if I knew or not. But I will say I haven't watched any of the other Jeepers Creepers movies. I watched like just a little bit of Jeepers Creepers 4. And it was horrible. And the only reason I watched is because everybody was just talking about how bad it was, right? So, Trina says Renee Zellweger back in the day. Jerry Maguire was great. After that, not so much. I don't mind Renee Zellweger. I mean, she does like, I liked her in Me, Myself, and Irene. When Jim Carrey, he says, you look like you just sucked on a lemon. She did kind of look like that. Amber says Jared Leto and Vince Vaughn. Now, Vince Vaughn's one of those, I've seen both sides of it. Some people are obsessed with Vince Vaughn. They love him to death. And then, and then Jared Leto, it seems like it's more of a timing issue with Jared. Like these days, man, it's easy to pounce on Jared Leto these days because he's making a lot of bad choices. His Joker was laughed at. And he did freaking Morbius, and that's a good segue into the funnies because I do have a couple of Morbius funnies for you guys. So, are you guys ready for funnies? Let's do some funnies. All right, man, I'm having a good time with you guys. This is really fun. All right, let's go funnies. All right. Oh, yeah, we start you off with. Do any of you guys have back pain? I get back pain from time to time, so pay attention here. And some stretching once in a while. Did you know your lower back hurts because you probably deserve it, you piece of shit? I laugh at my own memes that not that I came up with this, but yeah, you get me. You piece of shit. That's funny. This is one of those. Yeah, you had me in the first, and then it takes a left turn. You learn nothing from that. You get insulted. Really, that's all that happens. You piece of shit. Okay. Let's go to the next one. This one's called Bad in Excess. Bad in Excess. Here you go. I wonder if that was planned. Like, because those albums both came out in the 80s. Like, did they get together? And I don't think Michael Jackson would allow that, though, if I'm being honest. Live, baby, live. Now that the day is over. Man, I miss Michael Hutchins. I miss Michael Jackson. Damn. I got a new sensation. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. I love In Excess. You guys like In Excess? That's great music. I love, what's it called? Don't Change. That's one of their, like, off their first album, I think. Yeah, Don't Change is one of my favorite In Excess songs. This one's called Eloquent. Eloquent. All right. Okay, old guy at the gym wearing short shorts. You guys ever see that when you go to the gym? There's like an old guy, and for old people, they always wear the really short shorts, you know, and they always got to stretch. They got to lay down on their back, and they got to put their feet straight in the air, and for some reason, they got to like either fold them, or they got to like throw one over, or they just open them in a big Y. But yeah, old guy at the gym wearing short shorts just bit down to tie his shoe, and the old flesh chandelier fell right out of the ballroom. And then the reply to that one was, bro was gifted with eloquent speech and uses it for evil. You know, these days I don't really go to the gym as much. I used to go to the gym all the time, but now I just kind of I depend on like push-ups and pull-ups and you know, and running. That's pretty much, because when you get older, when you get my age, you start getting a little bit more careful about weights, like heavy weights, because you know, I remember one time I was bench pressing. This was years and years ago, like 2007-ish. And I was bench pressing, and all of a sudden something snapped in my arm, and my shoulder was just freaking jacked for like a couple months. So I think I tore like a shoulder tendon or something like that. And it screwed me up really bad. So I try to avoid any kind of like, I just do, I guess, use my own body weight, right? So yeah, not that you ask. Okay. Freddie Carey, here you go. The new Freddie has been cast. I don't see any burns. Is it Fire Marshal Bill? Is that what that character was from In Living Color? Jim Carrey was awesome in Living Color, but he was too big for In Living Color. He had to flourish, you know. He had to spread his wings and fly, as they say. All right, man. You know, this is the one thing. This is the only reason I do live streams. Okay, I like doing funnies. You know, I like making you guys laugh. I like making myself laugh, and yeah, and I laugh easily, so I'm easily amused. So this is it, right? It's going to be all downhill from here. After this, we're going to do the tier, the remakes tier, and you guys get to play along too. Okay. Okay. Next one. This one's called Happy Cleaver. Happy Cleaver. Okay. Here we go. What could it be? What could it be? Happy Cleaver. 8-year-old me watching Jason Voorhees bury a meat cleaver into Crispin Glover's face. That's about the age I was too when I watched Friday Part 4. And that's the face I made when I watched Friday Part 4 for a lot of reasons. Yeah. Okay, you guys, you're here for the Morbius memes. I have them. I got 2 of them, okay? One of them's like a Madam Web crossover. We'll get there. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. All right. If you ever want to know, Madam Web's total box office still has to reach Morbius's opening weekend. Will it do it? And Morbius, how much did it make? It made $1 more billion. I can't say it without laughing. It made how much is more billion? It's infinity. That's how much it is. Okay. Hey guys, I'm gonna tell you right now. This is a thought I just had. Okay. If they made a Morbius Madam Web crossover, hired the exact same writers, because the same writers wrote both these pieces of trash, I would definitely go there, and I would spend all my money for everybody. I would want that movie to be the biggest hit imaginable, because in the day and age we live with superhero fatigue, and we're all just kind of sick of superhero movies. I would love if they did something like this. Just do a crossover with the worst imaginable superheroes possible. And try to keep it as serious as possible, like they did those 2 movies. And I'd watch the hell out of that. It'd be great. Yeah, it'd be amazing. Dakota Johnson looked completely lost throughout the whole movie, if I'm being honest. You know? She did. She was like, the whole movie, she's just like, where am I? What am I doing? I don't even have a costume. Nobody has a costume. This is a superhero movie. And they advertised a costume in the trailer for at least the other 3 girls. And then they put her in this weird freaking... It looks like a cosplay Comic-Con costume at the end of the movie. Her costume was laughable. And that was the movie's... the least of the movie's problems. Okay. Dave Vanderhoff, I will listen to the new Ace Frehley record. I'll give it a listen. Okay. But I'm not going to lie. I did listen to his latest single. He sounds like he's got marbles in his mouth. If I'm being serious, and I'm a guy who loves Ace Frehley's voice. I'm a big Ace Frehley's voice fan. Okay, his first solo album is the best Kiss album. I freaking love everything up to Trouble Walking. You know, but somewhere along the line, and I think this happens to all of us. I'm not knocking Ace, but our voice changes. And I don't know, but it sounds like he's got marbles in his mouth when he sings now. I can't help it. It's just, so I can't, it makes me laugh. So I'll give it a listen though, okay? All right. So yeah, if you wanted to know, yeah, there's Morbius's box office, just in case you guys didn't know. It made $352,922,847,203,203. That's as of like today, okay? As of today, it's made that much money. What if that happened? Like, what if like one of the worst movies of all time, somehow everybody was in on the joke and everybody bought a ticket and it took off and it became the highest grossing movie of all time? But the problem is, there's not that many Chads in the world, you know? Yeah. Guys, did you see the new Crow? If you missed the Crow stream was it last weekend? Yeah, I think it was last Thursday. We talked about the Crow. Bill Skarsgård, there was some mixed reactions. You know what? I'm gonna give the guy a little bit of credit. I didn't think he looked that bad, if I'm being honest. That's why I can never be a stand-up comedian. I would laugh every time. Yeah, it's a pretty badass looking crow, if you ask me. If this crow, if they could somehow write in the script where he says Morbin time. Then I would definitely buy a ticket. Okay? Morbin time. Erica says, it's funny how Dakota Johnson expresses such regret and hatred for having done Madam Web, but I don't recall her hearing a peep or ever hearing a peep out of her for 50. Yeah, that's a good point. She seemed quite relaxed actually in 50 Shades, if I'm being honest. You know? Yeah. I didn't see any kind of outcry or complaints. This next one's called Olives. I don't even know if this is meant to be funny. I found it funny, so I figured, off work late, hungry, but too tired to cook. Try 30 to 40 olives. So 30 to 40 olives, an easy weekend dinner. Eat them directly out of the jar with your fingers. You will certainly not regret eating 30 to 40 olives. I don't know if that's meant to be funny, but I find it funny. Why 30 to 40? I have so many questions. I want to know the life story of the person that wrote this. I want to know where they were coming from, if I'm being honest. That's what I'm interested in. I need to get down to brass tacks, okay? I need to find out where 30 to 40 olives comes from. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I saved this. a few days ago, and it has not left my brain. I'm like obsessed with 30 to 40 olives right now. As a matter of fact, I have a T-shirt on order that says 30 to 40 olives. I need that in my life. I don't know why, but I like the ambiguity of the meme. Because some of you might enjoy 30 to 40 olives, and you don't see that. I don't see the humor in that. I do that every Thursday, right? But here's the thing. Here's a little confession, though. If you want confessions, I've never eaten an olive in my entire life. Nope, I have never eaten an olive in my entire life. So yeah, Big B, what's up, man? He says that person that wrote that had a jar of olives and no vodka for a martini. Probably. Now it all makes sense. Damn it. But to be frank, I don't eat. I should eat more vegetables anyway. I do like if I get a salad. Like, guys, what do you get on your salad? Or do you order a salad? I'm pretty simple. I get like your cheese, maybe some tomatoes, no onions. I don't like onions, but I definitely got to have like ranch dressing or Thousand Island, but mostly ranch. But I'm a simple man, right? We can become the olive cult. I like that. Blue cheese stuffed olives are great. The blue cheese part sounds pretty good. Yeah. Liana says, Memento, wow, blast from the past, no pun intended. Because it's the past. Oh my God. Liana's got jokes. Blast from the past. It should be called Blast from the Future, right? That would confuse people, though, if you said Blast from the Future. Okay, next one. I was actually just going to stay for the rest of the stream, an hour and 11 minutes, just on 30 to 40 olives. But you guys might throw pickles at me if I did that. So, rookie numbers. Next one is called Rookie Numbers, okay? A drink on me for the person who has watched Halloween Ends over 87 times. I've seen Halloween Ends at least 87 times. Those are rookie numbers. You gotta bump those numbers up. Right? If you saw Halloween Ends that many times, I don't even know if that means you like the movie, if I'm being honest. I've seen Halloween Ends probably maybe 10, maybe 9, somewhere around there. Any of you guys, let's see, who in the chat has seen Halloween Ends the most, all right? Write down the number if you can remember how many times you've seen Halloween Ends. I'm kind of curious. Who in my chat has seen Halloween Ends the most? Has anybody seen it more than me? And I'll say 9 or 10. Okay, that's my number. 9 or 10. Erica says, I sent this meme to my brother too because Wolf of Wall Street is his favorite movie. Made him crack up. It's one of my favorite movies, Erica. This is like a rainy day movie. I can throw in Wolf of Wall Street any old time and have a freaking blast. Okay, I love pretty much anything, or not going to say anything, but most things that like Scorsese does or Tarantino. They just have that rhythm that I'm looking for with dialogue and characters, and I can just like chill. Like I watched Death Proof recently. I watched Jackie Brown recently, and those movies are just like a warm blanket. They really are. You can call them warm blanket movies, okay? Dave Vanderhoff says 12. Vinny says 12. So we might have it's Dave Vanderhoff and Vinny might be. Sean, what's up, brother? He says, I was a Halloween fanboy when it came out in 2022, but the flaws really show on multiple watches 3 times. You know what? To be honest, the flaws showed up the first time I watched it, and I loved the movie for various reasons, but I didn't come out of that movie. And if you watch my first review, I don't say that it's a perfect movie. It definitely had some problems, but what they attempted, I really, really appreciate it. I guess that's it. Okay, next one. This one's called Stinky Kyle. Stinky Kyle. Here we go. And shout out to Jack Powell on this one. He says, it's so interesting to note that she was the only one who took a shower when they got to the motel before they, I really don't know why I even had to think about this, but it's kind of funny. And nobody's ever thought about this. Sarah Connor fell in love with a guy who stole a homeless dude's smelly old pants and wore them without any underwear on. Let that soak in. Keyword soak, okay? I never thought about that, but yeah, to be fair though, I always kind of assumed that when they both got there, they both took a shower, but it never tells you if Kyle actually took a shower. So I don't know. That's kind of weird. That means he would really, really stink if he didn't take a shower. I don't think he brushed his teeth or anything either, you know? Let me get this super chat. Basti L says, I work at the olive and oil company in Binningen, Bavaria. Goose Haas Deutschland. That's awesome, Basti. That's so cool. The Shermanator is in the house. Hopefully she peed afterwards. Yeah, true. You don't want to hold that in. Future STD. Future. I get it. He's got that 2020 stank on. Yeah. What year was, like, he came from 2029, right? Here you go. Who stinks more? Okay, who stinks more? I'm going to give you three options. Kyle Reese in the first Terminator. Michael Myers after waking up a year later in the old hermit's place. Because I guarantee that hermit did not bathe him. Or Jason Voorhees in part 7. Who stinks the worst? Okay? And by the way, one of them Sarah Connor slept with willingly. Garrett Peck just saw Strip Nude for Your Killer thanks to Lee's review. Like Blood and Black Lace with more nudity. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I loved Strip Nude for Your Killer. Really good movie. And Blood and Black Lace is awesome too. Jason so much. Yeah, Jason has to be the stinkiest actual swamp water. Yeah. Yeah, Jason's definitely got, like, there's no contest. Jason kills everybody. He can kill people just from his stank, okay? As he's walking up. And you better thank the heavens if you do die by his stank, you know, so he doesn't like legit stab you, right? He was wet and moldy. Yeah. It's a good question. Oh my God. So how shriveled up would he be from being down there? Yeah. You know, pruning. Pruning is a real problem. You know, you don't want to stay in the water that long, right? Ruben says, Lee, do you got any love for Lucio Fulci? My favorite of his are The Beyond and New York Ripper. The Beyond happens to be one of my favorite Italian horror movies. Unfortunately, I think that's the only Fulci movie I've seen. Didn't he do House by the Cemetery? I'm definitely due for some more Fulci in my life. I've done a lot of Argento. I've done a few Mario Bava movies. Sergio Martino, Sergio Martino I think is the most underrated Italian horror director. You know, check out Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. Torso happens to be one of my all-time favorite Italian horror movies. I mean, Torso's like, if you want perfection, for me, it doesn't get any better than Torso, okay? And I believe Torso is Sergio Martino. Yeah. It'll be hard to come back to American cinema after you watch Torso. It's that freaking good, okay? It's that freaking good. Damn it. Oh, my God. Now I want to watch Torso. I love Torso so much. Okay. Big Papa Musk says, Lee, what's your favorite Argento movie? I want to explore his films. You got to start with Suspiria. Suspiria happens to be one of my all-time favorite films, period. It's not really a giallo film. It's more of like a witch, occult type of Italian. But it's just screaming Argento. The colors are so vibrant and beautiful. The kills do not hold back. It's bloody as hell. And some really inventive kills, too. You know? So I think that one's a good one to start. And also Tenebrae. What do you guys think? What's your favorite Argento movie? Tenebrae and Suspiria are probably my two favorites. Tenebrae, man, I just love the 80s vibe that Tenebrae has. Oh my God. That movie is like candy. It really is. It's just infectious. So yeah. All right, let me go to the next one. All right, hold on. What am I doing? All right. This one's called Today Lions. My grandfather at 25. I will run across destroyed Budapest while under tank fire to get baby formula for my newborn son. My father at 25. My wife is pregnant with my son. It's time to build a house with my own two hands. Me at 35. A couple more hours of mining and I can craft a full diamond armor set. I don't even know what that means. Is that like a video game? I think that's a video game reference. Deep Red. Yes, Deep Red's very good. Phenomena. Yes, Garrett. Phenomena's excellent. Yeah, one thing I got to say about Argento is he has a lot of variety. And if pound for pound, I think the best director I think it's Argento for Italian horror directors. Not necessarily saying his movies are my favorite Italian horror movies, but man, he can make a movie and he can make it look gorgeous. You know, he's got style. I guess that's what it is. If you want style in your Giallo movie, then yeah, you definitely go with Argento. You know, if you want grit, I'm gonna guess Fulci because The Beyond, man, that's a brutal movie. There's some kills in The Beyond that, oh my God, you know, it's not for the squeamish. I guess I'll just put it that way. You know, he definitely likes eyeball kills, right? Yeah. Tenebrae, I just absolutely adore the score by Goblin, 3/4 of Goblin, I guess. You know, one time I said Goblin in Tenebrae, and somebody got on to me. They're like, "Don't you dare! You owe me an apology." Only 3/4 of Goblin were on the score for Tenebrae. How dare you? You know, oh my God, guys! I literally made an apology video, even though I wasn't being serious, for mispronouncing two names. To be fair, in my Dune review, okay? Because I love all my actually comments. That's pretty much my life force that keeps me going. Like I start kind of like depleting in my YouTube, and then I'll get like an actually comment, and it gives me, it's like gasoline, you know, and it keeps me going again. And sure enough, I got, I said, I was supposed to say Harkonnen, and I said Harnikin. You know, sometimes, you know, you trip on your words. That's what I did. I tripped on my words. And then instead of Fremen, I said Freeman. Instead of Fremen, I said Freeman. Boy, I got people just lashed out. How dare you? You don't deserve to review Dune 2, you lower back pain piece of shit. That's what I was getting, pretty much. I was like, Jesus, calm down. And I love the movie. But you can't make any mistakes, you know? This one's called Trump Fear. Now, I know, just because I said that, you're going to be like, don't you dare. I promise you this is not political, okay? This is not political, all right? Just the name Trump is in the meme, okay? I live in constant fear that Trump will deport my Latina mother-in-law who lives at 1837 3rd Street, LA 90023, Blue House. She gets off work at 6, okay? See, it's not that. It's this, all right? So, yeah. It's a mother-in-law joke. Everybody loves a good mother-in-law joke, right? Yeah, you guys love your mother-in-law, right? Everybody loves their mother-in-law. She gets off at 6. Okay. Last funny, and then we're going to jump into the tier ranking, okay? What's up, Chris? All right, last funny. All right, here we go. Guys, have you heard about this? Wendy's surge pricing? Now, this is current events, okay? Let's timestamp this shit. Wendy's corporate defending their new surge pricing model after selling a cheeseburger to a drunk college kid for $22.49 at 1:30 a.m. on a Saturday night. We are selling to willing buyers at the current fair market price. Okay? That's where we are now, people. Okay? I'm sure they didn't sell a burger for $22.49. Okay? They're being silly, but yeah, the point's there. You know, it's pretty damn crazy out there right now. The surge pricing, man, I tell you, it's like if you go, like I guarantee you, if you go to Wendy's at lunch, and now I want Wendy's. Damn it, I might get Wendy's after the stream. Shit. Will I have to get surge pricing? Probably. I'll tell you what. I'll post online how much I paid for my my junior cheeseburger and my baked potato after this. Okay. I'm really wanting a Wendy's cheeseburger right now. Damn it. Does food do that to you guys? Like it enters your brain and then you want it. Does that happen? Like you didn't even think about. Like I wasn't even thinking about Wendy's all day. And then I just do this freaking Wendy's meme and boom, now I want it. Shit. Yeah, Wendy's. Yeah. Damn it. They do have a good, tasty burger. They really do. I need a Baconator now. Yeah, I want a Baconator too. Jesus. Guys, here's the question though, okay? There's two types of people in this world, right? Two types of people. People that take the bacon off their bacon cheeseburger and eat it separately, and people that eat it as part of the burger, okay? I need to know what type of people you are. Do you take the bacon off? Do you enjoy that bacon separately? Or do you put the bacon on the burger and you just eat the whole thing at once? I need answers right now, damn it. Why are you waiting? Shit. Okay. Part of the burger. I eat it as part of the burger. Lee's getting Wendy's for everyone. Yeah, I think I will. Jesus. Local Wendy's shut down. What? You have one local Wendy's, David? Jesus, on burger. I don't order fast food often, but man, I wanted to try those mac and cheese bites at Arby's. Man, Arby's curly fries are the fucking bomb. Jesus, I cursed. It was so good. Fuck. What in the hell? Who the hell takes the bacon off? I've done it before. Okay, Jesus, you're being hard on me, Chris. Man, we don't have any Wendy's locally anymore, Holly? What? Oh my God. Man, I feel bad if you don't have a Wendy's near you. You know, sometimes you want a Wendy's, right? Damn it. Don't ruin your figure. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I do love food and I do love junk food, and it's hard to resist sometimes, but I don't always succeed, but I try to succeed on Sundays. And Sundays I'll get up and I'll want to have, you know, sometimes I want to treat myself and go get like a McDonald's sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin. Oh my God, that's delicious. But on Sundays I go for my run, and you do not want to eat a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin before a run. It is a really, really bad idea. Don't do it, okay? So that's what keeps me from doing it, you know? I'll just eat like a granola bar or something. All right. Are you guys ready for the tier list? I haven't done a tier. Last time I did a tier list was for Kiss when I did it with Roger from Slasher Pepper. That was fun too, by the way. All right, so let me go down here. Tier list. Let me take that off. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, I'm kind of new to the whole tier list thing. I didn't know how hard this was going to be. But apparently you can go to tier list sites and they have everything preloaded for you. And there's a chance that maybe there's a remake or two that might not be on this list. But I think they got most of them on here. From what I looked. And it's not 2 rows. You'll see as we go along, they'll keep popping up. Actually, I'll go down and I'll show you. Okay, so I'm looking for the Maniac remake. Yep, there it is. The Maniac remake's on there. Okay, so yeah. So what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 times 4, 17, 7 times 8 is 56, I think. 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68 remakes, guys. Damn. We're gonna burn through these, okay? I'm just gonna start from the top, and we're gonna put them somewhere in here. We got Gold Standard, Good as the Original. Let me get this super chat. Have you ever seen 8mm with Nicolas Cage? Yes, I have. Ages ago when it first came out. It's definitely unsettling, and I'm kind of curious to check it out again. Kind of curious to check it out again, honestly, for sure. Okay, so mid-tier, pointless, and a disgrace to the OG. All right, now, and this, you guys get to play along too. Okay, so as I mention these, you get to mention, and I haven't seen, obviously, you know what that is. So, all right, 13 Ghosts. Let's start with 13 Ghosts. All right, here we go. This is fun. All right, 13 Ghosts. I don't remember a single frame of 13 Ghosts. I don't remember it at all. I don't even know if I've seen it. Have you guys seen it? So if you've seen 13 Ghosts, where would you put it on here? Okay, I'm curious to see what you guys think. Both Maniacs on Tubi now. Nice. So I'm going to put 13 Ghosts on Haven't Seen. All right. So next one we got, I wish there was a way. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this so I can see you guys as I'm doing this. Hold on. Give me a sec. I want to, so I can see you guys as I'm doing this. Oh, here it is. So don't close it out. Okay, so now if I go over to here, oh, that's bad. Hold on. Okay, so there's that. There's that. Okay, I think that's good. Now I can see you guys. All right, cool. Okay, next one we got the Amityville Horror. Now I reviewed this one actually, I think last year. Amityville Horror, Ryan Reynolds. I really don't remember the original that much, and I quite like this one. I'm gonna say good as the OG. Okay, am I wrong on that one? Holly gets it. There you go, Holly. There you go. Yep. Mid-tier, agree, James, garbage. Mid-tier, good as the OG. See, yeah, there's a variety of opinions on this remake, you know. Some of you might not like the modern remakes. I'm kind of hit and miss with them, okay? All right, next, oh boy, here we go. Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Go ahead, load them up, guys. Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Let's see what you guys think. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one. Ooh, shit. I can't. Now it's definitely not as good as the. I'll put mid-tier, okay? Because I like this remake actually. I don't. It's definitely got its problems. Holly thinks it's a disgrace, but I have, you know what? It's right down the middle for me. I have a good time with it. Yeah, T, what's up, man? Channel member. Thank you, good sir. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think it's, yeah. I need to make sure you guys can see. Hold on just a sec. Let me try something here. I'm going to go down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. All right. April Fool's Day. I have not seen that one, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on haven't seen. Have you guys seen it? It's which is weird because that's a very famous twist at the end of that movie. So, which I think that can be fun for a remake if you got a movie that, like, say, if they remade Sleepaway Camp. There's no way you could copy that ending, right? Kind of like that what they did with My Bloody Valentine, right? You know, they couldn't copy the original, so they kind of flipped it, right? So I'm seeing some trash and a disgrace. Destiny says trash. Chris says disgrace. I'm wagering that you're probably, I would agree with you on that one. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, this one's going to be a fun one. The Black Christmas 2006 remake. Ooh, man. I should have put a different category between mid-tier and good as the OG, because I should have put like top notch or something like that. But you know what? It's not as good as the OG. I can't do that. That would be sacrilege. Yeah, I should have put like top tier or something like that. But you know what? I'll put. You know what though? Fuck it. It's my tier list, right? God. I'm putting good as the OG. That's how much fun I have with that remake. I think it's really fun. I love it to death. So yeah, I mean, I watch it as much as the original, right? So I find it better than mid tier, and if I find it better than mid tier, then I'm gonna put it good as the OG. All right, because it's not that far off. So that's what we'll do. I love the 06 remake. It's so fun. Okay, now Black Christmas 2019. Black Christmas 2019. Yes, Destiny, I did that. No apologize, okay? No apologize. All right, here we go. If I could make a tier lower than a disgrace, I would put... This might be my least favorite of all. And somebody did ask me if I had time, would I be able to rank each tier after? I don't know if you can do that, though. Can you? Can you? Yeah, you can. Okay, so if I get time, maybe I'll rank each one of them, dude. Okay? All right. Now, man, I hate how this is doing this. Let me see if I can finagle this. Hold on. What if I do that, and then I can see it better? And does it still look the same for you guys? Yeah, you guys can still see it. Okay, cool. All right, so now I can see it. All right. So, My Bloody Valentine 3D. My Bloody Valentine 3D. As far as remakes go. Now, obviously, if it's gold standard, it's going to be better than the OG, all right? Are any of these going to be gold standard? Maybe not. Maybe not. There's probably a couple of them that are, okay? But, yeah. So, anyway, My Bloody Valentine 3D, I'm going to go good as the OG. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really fun... I watched it recently on Valentine's, and the 3D, not the actual effect, but just the filming of it, it does look like... Have you ever heard of like True Motion on TVs these days? And it almost looks... They try to make everything look like a TV show, I guess. Or almost like it's live TV. That effect does exist in My Bloody Valentine 3D. And it can be a little jarring, okay? It can be, and if there's a such thing as too much nudity in a movie, it might qualify. It might, like, there's a lot, and it's all in, like, I think it's like that one scene, but man, they just like, wow, okay, okay, wow, all right. Next one, I haven't seen this one, Body Snatchers. Have you guys seen this one? Wait, is this the original Invasion? Because the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers, or the one from the 70s, is a remake, right? Of one from the 50s? I don't know. I honestly don't know about this one. So, yeah, I'm going to go haven't seen, because I'd have to research this one. I'm not sure if that one's the 78 one or what. But I know I haven't seen a recent Body Snatchers one, so... It's going to go right there. All right. Let's jump right over to Carrie. Carrie, the remake. This one's an interesting one. I see a lot of mixed opinions on the Carrie remake. I think some people are hard on it. I think they're a little bit too hard on it. Destiny, you've never seen the Carrie remake? Holy shit. Well, I think I gave it away. I like the Carrie remake. So it doesn't touch Brian De Palma's Carrie. Okay, I'm going to say that right now. But I definitely will give it a mid-tier. All right? Just because it's some quality. There's a chance for Faramir to show his quality. There's a little bit of quality in the movie. I like it. I think Chloe Grace Moretz gave it her all. Does a good job. And Portia, I can't remember her last name, the villain. She did a really good job too. So yeah, I highly recommend the Carrie remake. Except for Erica, she says it's shit. I've always had a decent time with it, actually. Okay. This is why I love doing this. I love doing this with you guys because I get your opinions as I do it. That's awesome. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh boy, guys, you ready to get controversial? Oh my God, here we go. The Child's Play remake, and I've been bringing this one up a lot lately. I happen to be a big fan of this remake. I actually love it. And are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Because I'm bringing it. There you go. Good as the original. I think the Child's Play remake is that freaking good. I love it to death. Have a blast with it. And you know what? I think one thing that really gives it the edge for me is that it's a Christmas movie. I love that it's a Christmas movie. That just, for some reason, if I get a Christmas horror movie, it's just a little something extra, right? It's like a cherry on top, right? Some sprinkles, right? Jeff Neal, what's up, man? He says Child's Play mid-tier, but not rewatchable. I rewatch it constantly, actually. This might be, like, out of all the remakes, this is definitely upper tier as far as rewatchability goes. I love the hell out of it. And I was shocked at how many people chose Megan over the Child's Play remake, you know. I made a video. I did no, it's not pointless, Chris. You are wrong, sir. It is not pointless at all. Oh my God. That scene where he's in the mascot's head and he stabs the mascot as he pushes him out. Oh my God, that's great stuff. It's bloody as hell. It's fun. And you know what? I got to admit, I got a kick out of Buddy, you know? He was a creepy freaking doll. And I look at it as not really a Chucky movie, you know? Almost like Chucky's cousin, you know? That's kind of what I look at it like. And I think if you guys do that, I think you'll like it better. Megan is not awesome, Dave. Take it back. I do. Every time I've given Megan a chance, it's a snooze fest. I can't stand that movie. Oh my God. Okay. There's a couple good scenes. You know, Megan is a couple of good YouTube videos. That's all it is. There's a couple scenes in there that are really cool. But overall, the movie, I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay. Next one. The Crazies. I'm honest with my opinions. Okay. The Crazies. Man, this is a great freaking remake. I haven't even seen the original. And it's so good that I feel like I don't even need to see the original. That's how good The Crazies is. Can you see a Megan remake in 30 years' time? Yeah, they'll do that. Because they're going to do a sequel, and if it becomes a franchise, then you bet your bottom dollar they'll do another one. Okay, so Crazies, I'm going to put, I'm going to put Good as the OG, even though I haven't seen the OG, but it's better than mid-tier. That's a great one. Destiny says gold standard. It might be gold standard. It is a really great freaking movie. You know what, Destiny? I'm with Destiny on this one. It is gold standard. Matter of fact, I'll say this. I've never met a single person that did not like the Crazies remake. It might be the only remake on this list. You know, because it's hard to find a movie that's universally loved. But everybody loves this movie. It's really great. It's really great. So yeah, gold standard. You know, Timothy Olyphant. It's some variety, you know. It's not the same old zombie trip like you always get. You know, it's really nice. Okay, Dark Water, which funny enough, I just reviewed Dark Water a couple months ago. And I'm going to put Dark Water as mid-tier, but I would give it a high mid-tier because it's a heavy movie and it's not really scary at all. But man, it has beautiful cinematography. Just gorgeous movie to look at. And it doesn't hurt that Jennifer Connelly's in there too. But it's just heavy, you know? And I was just talking about variety with remakes. And if you want something that's a little bit more serious, and it's a J-horror remake that I think is very effective, then I'd go with Dark Water. And some of you that have seen the original, the original J-horror version, you might think that's sacrilege. But I happen to quite like Dark Water. Okay? What's up, Taffer? Okay, next one. Dawn of the Dead. Ooh, Dawn of the Dead. Oh, my God. The problem here is that the original is like, you know, so loved by everybody, including myself. The original's like, you know, on some people's greatest horror movies ever made lists. So where do you put the remake that's really great? It's a great freaking remake. But to put it as good as the OG, you know what? I'll put it I'm really torn on this one, guys. What do you think? Gold standard. Dawn of the Dead is as good as the OG. Original is up with Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, good as the OG. I wouldn't say it's better in my opinion. All right, yeah, I'll do that. I'll put it good as the OG. Okay. Because at least it didn't try to copy the original. It's definitely its own thing. But it's another one that's high rewatch value for sure. Dawn of the Dead. Okay. Now, Day of the Dead, I can jump right to haven't seen. I haven't seen the Day of the Dead remake. I haven't even seen the original, and I know that's sacrilege. Like, a lot of people love the original Day of the Dead, so I have the Blu-ray. But I've been waiting because I want to review it when I see it, so I got to wait until I can put it in my schedule. So, okay, here we go. Oh my God, we got a good one here, guys. Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. This one is gold standard. Bram Stoker's Dracula is an all-time classic. When you set it aside all other Dracula movies, it is so unique. Francis Ford Coppola, man, what he did in that movie, that's cinema. That is cinema. Gary Oldman's performance, one of the finest freaking acting performances I've ever seen in my entire life, still to this day. Amazing work. Okay? The only dig you can make at it is Keanu Reeves, but everything is so good in that movie that people look past it. But yeah, thank you, Rosemary. Winona Ryder, excellent in it. She was a great Mina, for sure. Don Moore says, it's so good. It also ruins Dracula and Mina, and I kind of hate all that romance crap in it. Dracula is a leech, not Mina's lover. Well, the thing I love about it is it's kind of that version of it. It is, they sell it, I think. When you going into it at face value, you might not buy that idea, but when you watch the movie and how everything unfolds, I think they sell it quite well. And Gary Oldman, when he becomes I guess human looking, you could tell he truly loves her. She's a spitting image of his ex-wife. And it's kind of heartbreaking. It really is. So I like that this version, it's so much more different than the Christopher Lee version of the character. But it still has some really gnarly stuff in it, Not for the squeamish stuff, even. Like the werewolf scene. That's some fucked up shit. Okay. Chappie, what's up? He says the Carrie remake had potential to be great, especially when it was supposed to be faithful to the book with different and a new feel to it. But sadly, MGM Studios didn't like it and ordered reshoots. We need that director's cut. Yeah, I would definitely be curious about a director's cut for sure. I think the Carrie remake is pretty solid. I do. I don't think it's perfect, but you could have done a lot worse, and I do watch it quite often. So, okay, guys, Evil Dead 2013. It's on this list, pre-prepared list, so we'll include it in here, even though it could be a sequel, it could be a remake, because it's so much different than the original. But we got 2 in a row, guys. 2 in a row, gold standard for sure. I mean, just brutal. If you're gonna make an Evil Dead movie, make an Evil Dead movie. And man, they don't do any of that slapstick stuff, which is great. Don't get me wrong. That flavor, only Ash could pull that off as great as he did. If you can't have Ash, then you go hardcore and you don't fuck around. And that's what Evil Dead did. And in that sense, that movie is so hardcore and heavy, and it's literally raining blood, that when you do kind of say that Evil Dead Rise is a little soft, comparing it to that, I guess, yeah, you could say that. But, compared to most horror movies, Evil Dead Rise is still quite bloody. But it doesn't, as far as blood goes, it doesn't hold a candle to 2013. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Oh, God. Firestarter. Here we go. a disgrace to the OG. Oh my God. It's just, it's just the definition of formulaic. That's what the Firestarter remake is. It's the only good thing about that is Carpenter and Company's score. The movie itself is atrocious. It sucked so hard. I was pissed off after watching that movie. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing right now? Okay, really, really stupid. All right, and no offense to the little girl. She's a little girl, but I'm blaming the director. Okay, because all he has her do is scream. Okay, through the whole movie. Jesus. And Zac Efron's a good actor, but yeah, this just wasn't right. It wasn't right at all. Okay. Here we go. We did 2 in a row gold standard. Why not do 2 in a row a disgrace to the OG? Flatliners. Oh my God. Wow. This was just really bad. It's just the same old Hollywood not really big budget, but it has a sizable budget, and it feels like it just checks boxes, but there's no like heart, there's no depth to it. The whole idea of Flatliners is irresistible, and I think the original just captures that so well, with those young actors, with freaking Julia Roberts and Kevin Bacon, Kiefer Sutherland. Man, what a cast in the original. And this remake from 2017 is a damn joke. That's what it is. It's a damn joke, and I've already spent way too much time on it. Jesus, horrible. All right, and then we got The Fly, and we're jumping right back to gold standard. Jesus, it's like back. Are we gonna get any pointless in here? Man, The Fly. I remember watching that back in the 80s when it came out, and it's got some terrifying shit in it, but it's also really heartbreaking to see this guy, who, he's got that scientist itch, and he's got a problem, like a scientific problem that he's wanting to solve. And, we become obsessive, right, guys, sometimes? And we'll do anything to solve that problem. And I think YouTubers can relate to this too, but watching him, at first he gets this power, and it feels like a gift, and he's like strong, and he has like kind of the powers of a fly. And you like, it's funny, like this movie is, the first half of this movie is a superhero origin story. The second half of this movie is a terrible tragedy. And I think that's why The Fly stands out so much still to this day. It's such a unique idea. He doesn't become like Spider-Man. No, he dies. He disintegrates. You get a little bit of that. There's like a saying that goes with that. You get a little bit of that power, and then it's stripped away. But not only that, you literally decay from it, right? And it's a classic. It's a freaking classic. Oh boy, here we go. Friday the 13th, the remake. Oh boy, man, I don't. You know what? Oh my God, I almost put it at pointless, but it does have. I'll call it mid tier. But I know a lot of you guys are gonna call it like gold standard, and I'm sorry guys. Maybe it's my age. I hate those characters. There's a couple of them that I don't mind, but overall, it's not just the characters, it's the dialogue, and I hate it. All right, I just hate it. But yeah, it's got some good stuff in it. It's got a great Jason. It's got some cute chicks in it, and all that stuff. So it's mid tier. I'll definitely give it a mid tier. All right, I do have some fun with it, but some of the dialogue is just so freaking cringe for me, and that's just me. Okay. And it's like Lamont says to Fred Sanford, "You're you. That's why you're you, and I'm me, and that's why I love you." Okay, and that's a saying that most of you haven't. Because did any of you watch Fred Sanford growing up? Am I really showing my age now? I want Wendy's. Damn it. Okay, Fright Night. Here we go. Fright Night. I will give it a mid tier because it's definitely not as good as the original. Yeah, it's definitely a modernized version, and that can be a good thing sometimes. And I like Colin Farrell, but man, nothing beats Sarandon. Chris Sarandon. Chris Sarandon, and it's not about looks. It's just about the character and how he handled himself. And he was just so confident. And he just had that something extra that a lot of actors just don't have, with that performance. It was amazing, Chris Sarandon. And then you got Vincent, guys, Peter Vincent, yeah. The Peter Vincent that they had in the remake, no, that's not gonna. And that guy's he's from Doctor Who and all that, good actor. He's in Harry Potter, but he's not Peter Vincent. Okay, that would be because Peter Vincent. I always compare Peter Vincent to Loomis. They both have similar characteristics, so that would be like casting some young whippersnapper as Dr. Loomis, in a Halloween remake. And no. All right. Next one, Goodnight Mommy. Here we go. Now we got a pointless. Okay. And it's a shame too because Naomi Watts was in this, who's a really great actress. But compared to I felt like this is one of those remakes that pretty much copies the original. And by the way, the original Goodnight Mommy is a remake of Tale of Two Sisters. But yeah, it's like the Psycho remake. It's pointless because it pretty much copies almost beat for beat the original. And we don't want that, okay? So I think I might have even turned it off like halfway through. I was like, what are we doing? This is it's the same old, and I'd rather watch the original Goodnight Mommy. It's a shame. It's like Martyrs, right? Why even remake Martyrs? And by the way, I haven't seen the original Martyrs, and I saw the remake, and I liked the remake. But even I can admit, I know how legendary the original Martyrs is, and I've been planning on watching it forever. And I'm sure after I watch that movie, I'm going to be like, why did they even make this remake? Okay, so to be fair, I like to be upfront with you guys. Yeah, I did have some fun with the remake, but I didn't see the original. It's one of the... Hey, are there any remakes that you didn't see the original, guys? But you did see the remake? I'm curious. So, yeah. Okay, here we go. Rob Zombie's Halloween. Going to get a lot of different opinions on this one. I'm going to go pointless. It's in my lower tier of the Halloween franchise. It's probably third least favorite Halloween movie. I think it might be like tie. I think it's a little bit better than H2O. Okay? And some people like H2O. I don't. So, Rob Zombie's Halloween, and funny enough, I watch Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 constantly. I love that movie because it just feels so different. This just felt like the second half of the movie's trying to copy the first movie, and the first half of the movie isn't really that effective. So, but I know a lot of people like Rob Zombie's Halloween, and that's awesome. Destiny says gold standard. So, Destiny, are you saying that it's better than the original Halloween? Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Okay, here we go. House of Wax, I'm going to put good as the OG. That's a solid freaking remake right there. That's a fun one. That's a fun one. I like House of Wax, It's just a really cool idea. I've always thought those wax figures, wax statues were kind of creepy anyway. So why not build a horror movie around that? It's kind of a cool idea. And I think they executed it quite well, actually. Yeah. Really fun one. All right. I Am Legend. I always forget that this is a remake. And I'm going to put mid-tier, even though I might like it as much as the original, since I haven't even seen the original with Charlton Heston. But I do like I Am Legend quite a bit. I think the CGI is really bad. Thank you, Destiny. Jesus, you scared the shit out of me for a sec. Okay. Hey, look at that. They got Martyrs on here. Okay. Yeah, House of Wax though. Yeah, for sure. Now, what is this next one here? Hold on. I can't even see what that is. Guys, what is that? I have no idea what that is. Hold on, let me see. I'll put it on. Haven't seen. Guys, can you tell me what that is? Because I can't see. I can't see what that is. I have no idea what that is. I don't know. Is that American Werewolf in London? No, there is not. There's not an American Werewolf in London remake, though. Is it Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Okay, yeah. So that's the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I think I did see that in the 70s, but I don't remember it at all. Erica says, well, I'd say why remake Let the Right One In? It's a beautiful and brilliant vampire movie, but then I loved Let Me In too. Yeah, that's a good point. And I do love both movies. You know what, Erica? I think Let Me In, I think it is pretty much kind of note for note, but I think it's different enough from the original. And I think it's got some really good performances in it too. So you're probably right. It is probably pointless, but man, I do love Let Me In. And I love, like, as a matter of fact, I think one of my all-time favorite vampire movies is Let the Right One In. So, but, you know, I still love Let Me In. There's just something really, like, intoxicating about Let Me In, you know? Who was the director of Let Me In? I think there was a really good director that did that movie. I can't remember who it was, though. You guys let me know. Okay. I Spit on Your Grave. You know what? I'm going to put this one as good as the OG. I think if you want to attempt to remake the original, because that movie is Matt Reeves. Thank you, Matt Reeves. Yes. I knew it was a really, really great director who's went on to do, like, he did freaking The Batman. Okay? So maybe that's what it is. I just love his style, you know? But I Spit on Your Grave. I think they did a really good job trying to remake that movie and make it as accessible as possible, you know? Because I still think there's an audience that they can't really watch the original I Spit on Your Grave. It's too much. And it's a movie that, let's put it this way, when I reviewed it, that was the first time I watched it in like 30 years. Okay? It's not an easily digestible movie. But the remake, I think it's more digestible. It still has some heavy stuff in it, kind of like Last House on the Left, but everything around that stuff is just, I think, entertainment, you know? So it works better. Rosalie, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Okay. Next one, It. Oh my God. I'm going gold standard for It Chapter 1. Yeah. Remember when It Chapter 1 came out and, you know, the hoopla around that movie, and I think it delivered. It was really good. I think the Georgie scene is iconic. And I did watch the original after watching this movie out of curiosity. And, I'm going to be honest. I think the original is charming, but this was better. I think this felt more cinematic. The original is like a TV series. This is great. It is really great. I do need to go back and check out It Chapter 2 again. I don't remember liking it nearly as much as It Chapter 1. But I think It Chapter 1 is almost like perfection. Remake-wise. Yeah, what a great one. So I guess this is It Chapter 2 right here. I'll put it good as the OG because the It Chapter the Chapter 2 of the original TV series is kind of a tough watch, you know? I think all the good stuff is when the characters are kids. And it gets tougher to watch in the TV show. But in the movie, I think it's easier to watch, but still not nearly as good as the Chapter 1. But you know what? You guys got me curious to check it out again. You know, definitely some good stuff in Chapter 2. I like the scene under the bleachers at the beginning of the movie, which involved a kid, funny enough. That was pretty creepy. So, and I think Bill Skarsgård is a great Pennywise. I mean, as far as like recasting a horror icon, and let me know if you guys agree with me on this. Bill Skarsgård might be one of the best recasts of a horror icon, you know? Because, you know, it's not just a silent killer, right? He definitely has to work for that part, and he does. Okay, here we go. Maniac Remake. Don't even have to think about it. That is such a unique movie. Filming the entire movie from the killer's point of view was genius. There are some scenes that I think are equally as alarming as the original. You know, the original I think is just more gritty, and it really just feels ugly in the best way. Whereas this one, it's modernized, but it still does not hold back at all. You know, it's a great one. As a matter of fact, this is one somebody just asked me the other day if I could review it, and I thanked them. I was like, "Oh my God, thank you!" Somebody reminded me that I need to go back and review this movie. It's one of my favorite all-time remakes for sure. I think, God, why am I Elijah Wood? Yeah, Elijah Wood, which you don't see him that much in the movie because you're pretty much seeing his point of view, but he's really great, really great. And that scene where they like rip him apart, oof, yeah, heavy stuff. All right, Martyrs remake. I'll put mid-tier because I did have a good time with it, but I have a feeling after I see the original, I might be ashamed of myself. I don't know, but it kept me entertained for an hour and a half, you know. Isn't what the girl from P2 I think is in that one. Am I right on that, guys? Is it the girl from P2 that's in Martyrs? I can't remember. Destiny, check it out. I think it's worth your time for sure. And if you know Martyrs, there are some people that they're like afraid to watch the original Martyrs. It is that hardcore and heavy. You know, this is what I've heard. It's one of those movies that like there's certain movies like say Human Centipede that I'm just never gonna watch that. Okay, Martyrs takes some working up to, from what I hear. Whereas I think the remake, if you want a more like digestible version, then you would probably go with the remake. And I think it you know, it does what it needs to do, right? So it tells the story like it needs to be told, but it's, you know, I guarantee it's not as effective as because the point of Martyrs is to make you feel extremely uncomfortable. And I think they scratch the surface on the remake, you know, but they don't make you go like, oh my God, wow, why are they showing this? You know, it's not like that. Okay. Mirrors, I have not seen this movie, and I own it, but I didn't even know Mirrors was a remake. Okay. Mother's Day, I have not seen it. Okay, I'm a little ashamed of myself right now. All right. Night of the Demons, here we go. I've seen this one. Night of the Demons remake, I think is mid-tier. There's some fun. You got some really, you know, it's got your hot, sexy people in it. If you want the sexy remake, then Night of the Demons is it's good for that, you know, and it's got some fun kills and whatnot. And it definitely feels different than the original, but man, it doesn't hold a candle to the original. The original is freaking classic. Now here's where I'm probably the most ashamed. Night of the Living Dead, or a remake, I have not seen it. I think it's hard to find, actually. And maybe I'm wrong on that. I haven't looked hard enough for it, but isn't that like out of print? Like that one's really hard. Like it definitely, if you want to get it on physical media, it's hard to find. It might be on digital somewhere. I'm not even sure, guys. I'm not even sure, but I hear it's like one of the best freaking remakes out there. Erica didn't even know they made a remake. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, Night of the Demons remake is very fun, Chris, for sure. Edward Furlong happens to be in the Night of the Demons remake. Okay? Night of the Living Dead remake is gold standard. Damn it, now I really got to watch that, Holly. Shit. And the original, definitely one of my all-time favorite zombie films, for sure. And it happens to be one of the first. Okay, One Missed Call. I'm definitely going to go pointless on that one. That was one of those that kind of, I don't know, it was just very forgettable. Remember when they were coming out with all these, like, You had like Slender Man and all those weird supernatural ghost stories, and it was like a CGI ghost. That's kind of like what One Missed Call was. So I've only seen it, I think, when it came out. I was like, I never need to see that again. You know. Okay, next one. Here we go. This is the definition of pointless. The Pet Sematary remake. My God, this might be the most disappointing one too, because man, when I was really looking forward to this one, and then the trailer came out, and they dropped a freaking spoiler bomb in the trailer that might be one of the biggest trailer boner moves I have ever seen in my life. Like, why would you show that? Because the spoiler in the trailer would have been really fun to witness. And I'm not going to say it here, just in case some of you haven't seen it, but it would have been really fun to unfold in the actual movie. You're like, oh shit, okay, they're doing that, you know? But no, let's just fucking give it to them right there in the trailer. Spoil it for them, why don't you? You know? And then, but the movie itself just wasn't good, you know? It kept creeping on, creating something fun and new and inventive, but it just never does. It doesn't do anything nearly as effective as the original. You know, and it's a shame. Some good actors in that movie. The director of freaking Starry Eyes. This one broke my heart. It really did break my heart because, my God, the Starry Eyes, man, I love that movie to death. You know, and for that, the director to do Pet Sematary, I thought this was going to be a home run. You know, I really did. And yeah, I only saw it once, but man, I was just pissed off after this movie. Yeah. All right, this next one is Piranha. I go mid-tier. I guess I'll go mid-tier. I mean, I could go good as the OG, but it's fun. You know, it's a good little water creature feature. It's got the sexy babes and all that stuff in it, and it's definitely a hard R. You know, you could do a lot worse, right, than the Piranha remake for sure. Chris says gold standard. There you go. Mid-tier. Corey just got back from Imaginary. Was okay. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. You know, I didn't think it was. Luckily, the second half picked up steam because, man, I was literally saying this to myself in the theater as I was watching it last night. I was like, okay, this movie sucks ass. And then right as I was thinking this sucks ass, it picked up. That's pretty much what happened. All right. What is? Oh my God! I haven't seen the Poltergeist remake, and I probably never will. I love the original Poltergeist so much, and I heard that the Poltergeist remake wasn't good. And to me, it's just one of the very few movies that I like. Why remake that? You know, why remake Poltergeist? You're not going to top the original, you know? The original's gold standard for sure. So, yeah. Here we go. Prom Night remake. That is a disgrace of all disgraces to the remake. Oh, my God. And where do I start with this fucking movie? And I watched it again recently. I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this movie has some value, a chance for Faramir to show his quality. And no, within 10 minutes, I automatically realized why I freaking hated the movie. You know? Oh my God. Ugh. Okay. And here's there you go. There's another one for you right there. A disgrace to the OG, the Psycho remake. Why? It's like beat for beat, and that was the intent. You know, in Gus Van Sant's defense, that was the intention, but there's really no purpose to it. You know, and I think one thing too is I like Vince Vaughn, but to try to because pretty much that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to copy Anthony Perkins' brilliant performance. It's hard to watch that movie, that original Psycho, without Anthony Perkins, if you're going to copy it beat for beat, you know? Now, the TV show is phenomenal. I love the TV show because it feels so different. Let's approach the Psycho, universe, maybe from a different angle, you know, and it works. It works very well. But this piece of shit, no. Okay. Next one. Again, I don't know what that is. Hold on, let me go down. Oh, Pulse. Funny enough, I reviewed the original J-horror Pulse a few months ago. I have not seen the original, so I'll put it right there. Or I've not seen the remake, yeah. So I'll put it right there. Now this one's is it Wreck? This is a remake of Wreck. This is another one I haven't seen. I'm a little embarrassed right now. Quarantine, that's it. Yeah, Quarantine is like a remake of Wreck, and I haven't seen either. You know, I'm not a big found footage guy, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't go out of my way to watch every found footage movie, even half of them. So, yeah, no regrets. I mean, it's just not my bag, you know. I love Blair Witch Project, but yeah. All right, let's see what's this next one. Shudder, haven't seen that one. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to go down and up, guys, okay? All right, here we go. Slumber Party Massacre, I had a decent time with it. I'll put it at mid-tier. Yeah. Slumber Party Massacre was, you know, it could have been a lot better. There's definitely some problems with the movie. I like how they made the driller killer. The guy that played him was supposed to look like the original, and I think they did a good job with that. That was kind of cool. Okay, here we go. Suspiria remake. This one's tough. It's either. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna go. Let's see. Let me go up here. Hold on. That's not where I'm putting it. It's a really great movie, but it doesn't feel like Suspiria at all. But I gotta put it good as the OG, even though it's not. You know, I think the OG is better, but I mean, it's just like, what are you in the mood for, right? That's what's good about the remake. You want this or you want that. You know, it's not the same thing. It's completely different than the original, and beautifully directed movie. Still had some really disturbing imagery. That dance scene will give you nightmares. Olga, yeah, that's a great movie. It really is. So, I mean, when they announced that we were getting a Suspiria remake, I was like, oh, sign me up for that. What could that be? Right? Okay. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what? I've had this debate a million times, and I'm not putting it at mid-tier. Don't worry about it, guys. I'm going to be fair about this, and I'm going to put it at gold standard. Even though I do prefer the original, as a remake, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is almost like perfect as far as like what you want to accomplish in a remake. It's really not anything like the original. It's got a fantastic cast, you know. Leatherface is pretty damn creepy in it. So I got to be fair, even though I think the original is the better movie. I like that this one's different, you know. So I'll give it that. But definitely not better than the OG, okay? So don't think that I'm saying that, all right? Okay. The Omen, I don't think I saw. I'll put haven't seen, because I don't think I've seen the Omen, the new Omen from. I think the marketing was cool for that because it came out in 2006 on June 6th, so it was like 666. It's kind of cool. Yeah. All right. Oh, here we go. Town That Dreaded Sundown. Let me show you guys something. All right. Hold on. Here we go. How about that shit? Fucking gold standard, baby. Nobody ever talks about it. It's such a good movie. It's far better than the original. And it's so unique. Beautiful cinematography. Nice little twist in there. The story is, I mean, like the original movie, as a movie, exists in the remake, which was highly inventive. And nobody ever talks about this movie. And that baffles me. We talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre till we're blue in the face. But right over here you got Texas, the Town That Dreaded Sundown, which I think is better than even the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. If I'm being honest, it's far better than most remakes out there. You know, I see some people trying to say that the best slasher remake is the Friday the 13th remake. I'm like, you get the fuck out of here right now. Hell no. Hell no. Stop it. All right. Damn it. See, I'm getting upset. All right. Texas, the Town That Dreaded Sundown, guys. And it's a Texas movie. All right. Destiny knows what I'm talking about. She's from Texas. Okay. Uninvited is the definition of mid-tier. Yeah, here we go. It's a good time. It won't change your life. You won't change your religion from watching it. But it's a little watered down, but it's not so bad that it goes to pointless, okay? Even though it might be technically pointless, but I have a good time with it, all right? Now, here's another one I'm ashamed about. I own the Blu-ray. Still have not seen The Blob, okay? And again, the reason I don't watch these movies quite yet is because a lot of them I'm planning on reviewing, and I'd like to watch them right before I review them. So that review is long overdue, for sure. That is true, Erica. To be fair, Erica's right. The big three is the first thing people think of. But I'm trying to get them to think outside the box. I'm trying to get them to think out. That's why I do my deep cut reviews. You know, I get more excited about deep cut reviews than anything. You know, because I love getting those comments. Hey, I've never heard of this movie. Thank you so much. You know, I love that shit. All right. The Eye was mid-tier. I hate that I have to keep doing this. Yeah, The Eye's definitely mid-tier. Jessica Alba. You know, you had a string of these J-horror remakes after The Ring and The Grudge. The Fog is a disgrace, an absolute and utter disgrace of a movie. And the original is so freaking good. It's a shame because I was really curious, but the way that I think they just tried to tell too much about the story of the ghosts. You know, whereas the original did it perfectly. Right? Carpenter, man, that was when Carpenter was like at the top of his game when he did The Fog. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Tom Welling definitely hates The Fog. The Grudge is definitely a good one. I'm going to put that one. I'm going to put The Grudge at good as the original, good as the OG. That was a big hit, too, back in the day. I remember that when it came out. The Haunting. I've seen this one. I don't remember it, but I remember liking it. I'll put mid-tier for The Haunting. Yeah, I remember it was a big hit, too. Okay, here we go. Hills Have Eyes is absolute gold standard. Like Hills Have Eyes is it's easily top 3, I think, of this entire list. Hills Have Eyes. I forgot how good this movie was because I hadn't seen it in quite a few years, and then I watched it a few years ago again, and man, what an effective freaking remake. The Hitcher, I'm gonna go pointless. But to be fair, I don't remember it that much. I saw it when it first came out, and I loved the original with Rutger Hauer so much that the thought of even trying to remake that movie is ridiculous. So I'm definitely curious to check out the Hitcher remake again, for sure. But, like, what do you guys think? Am I right on that? Pointless? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, there's nothing that stuck out to me about the remake of The Hitcher. You know, I was just getting angry as I was watching. I was like, why isn't Rutger Hauer on my... And don't get me wrong, I like Sean Bean, you know, Boromir, Lord of the Rings, but yeah. Nighttime, he says, no joke, Sherry Moon Zombie should have won a Grammy for Three from Hell when Otis and their clan realized she was actually insane in the brain. Nighttime, I actually love Three from Hell. After what we got before, and I love House of a Thousand Corpses and I love Devil's Rejects. All three of those movies, I think it's almost a perfect trilogy because all three movies are so different from each other, but I think equally entertaining. And I remember I was kind of like, it was one of those movies that's like, oh God, this is not going to be good. The trailer didn't look good for Three from Hell. And then when I got in and when I watched it, I was like, oh, I see what Rob's doing here. And this was really fun. The best scene for me in the movie is when Otis goes straight to clown heaven, and then he shoots him. He shoots the clown right in the freaking head. Clint Howard. Oh my God, that scene's so great. Straight to clown heaven. Okay. House on Haunted Hill. I'm definitely gonna put that one. Good as the original. That's definitely one of the better remakes. I need to check that one out again. I haven't seen it in a while. Last House on the Left. Here we go. Yeah, that one's going gold standard for sure. Did any of you pick up? Did any of you pick up the Arrow release of the Last House on the Left remake recently? It's it's a really good addition, really good transfer. The Ring, gold standard for sure. Man, that scene in the closet, oh my God, that is one of the scariest freaking scenes still to this day I think I've ever seen. Like I was not prepared for that. Like Corey says pointless. Wow. For The Ring? Really? Or are you talking about Last House? Man. Oh my God. And yeah, here it is right here, guys. John Carpenter's The Thing. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now. This is the all-time greatest remake ever made. And it's so good that it's probably a far distance from number 2. It's that good. And the story of The Thing is almost as great as the movie is itself. You know how it came out and it was just a box office bomb, and Carpenter went into a deep depression, and man, it's this stuff doesn't happen that often. A movie, it's like a Cinderella story, and not only does it find its audience, but it ends up in all the top 10 greatest horror movies of all time lists. Has that ever happened with any other movie? Is The Thing pretty much the only movie that's ever did that kind of turnaround? It's insane to me when you think about it. It really is. I don't know what this movie is. I can't even read the above murders. Can you read that, guys? But I'm sure I haven't seen it. Here's a Carpenter movie that I haven't seen still to this day. Village of the Damned, which I'm kind of shocked. That's why I haven't done a Carpenter ranking, because there's one or two of his movies I still haven't seen. I don't know. What is this one, guys? I'm going to put it here because it doesn't look familiar. And another gold standard for you, Cape Fear. We're going to end it on a high note with a gold standard. Come out wherever you are. Have any of you not seen Cape Fear? Yeah, there it is. Cape Fear. De Niro's performance in that movie is chilling. When he picks up, I think it's Scorsese's sister, or she's in the movie, and then he takes her to their apartment and he like bites her face off. Oh my God, it's crazy. He's scary as hell in that. But yeah, some people forget that Scorsese directed Cape Fear, you know, and it's gold. So I'm not gonna have time to rank each one of them, but man, this was really fun, guys. This was really fun, and you guys helped me along, and I love that you guys could play along as well. Yeah, and that was a freaking blast. I need to do more tier lists, and now that I realize that they're not as hard as I think they are, you know, maybe I should do some tier lists for some like franchises and whatnot. But I'm gonna go get some Wendy's. I'm still thinking about that Wendy's. Damn it, Wendy's sounds really delicious right now. So, are you gonna go get Wendy's? Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I had a really good time. Are you excited about Halloween? Let me know. But Yeah, if you like the tier list like Holly did there, then I'll definitely do more of them. It's really fun, and it's an alternative to just ranking, right? It's cool. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you. I love you guys to death. I really do. You guys make this so much fun. Still, freaking 8 years later. Is it 9 years now? I don't even know. I don't even know if I've been to 2015. 9 years? Holy shit! I've been doing this 9 years. That's crazy. Okay. So anyway, guys, take care of each other.